HDFC Nifty Midcap 150 Index Fund. Will investing in this fund help you in your wealth building process or disrupt your wealth building process? Let us see in detail in this video. Hi, welcome to holisticinvestment.in. We help individual investors like you to make the right financial and investment decisions and to reach your financial goals faster and smarter. What is HDFC Nifty Midcap 150 Index Fund? It's an index fund which is a mutual fund that invests in the Nifty Midcap 150 Index. In short, it is an open-ended equity scheme replicating or tracking the Nifty Midcap 150 Index. This NFO opens for purchase on 6th April 2023 and the final date for purchasing is on 18th April 2023. So now let's look at some of the key features of this fund. This is an open-ended type of fund. As its benchmark, it has Nifty Midcap 150 TRI and it has plans of growth. There are no exit and entry load for this fund, and the minimum application amount is needed to enter or invest in this fund is just 100 rupees, and the risk meter involved in this fund is very high. The fund managers of this fund is Mr. Nirman Morakhia and Mr. Arun Agarwal. Now let us look at the investment objective of this fund. The primary objective of this HDFC Nifty Midcap 150 Index Fund is to achieve a return equivalent to the Nifty Midcap 150 Index, investing in stocks of companies comprising Nifty Midcap 150 Index, which could be subject to tracking error. In simple terms, tracking error is nothing but the difference between the returns from the index fund to that of the index. The key facts you need to know before investing in this fund is that Nifty Midcap 150 represents the next 150 companies. Like the companies rank from 101 to 250 based on the full market capitalization from Nifty 500. So this index intends to measure the performance of the mid-market capitalization companies. Mid-cap companies means there are companies whose market cap is above 5,000 crore but less than 20,000 crore. So investing in these companies can be riskier compared to investing in large cap market companies, which you need to take note of. So the Nifty Midcap 150 index provided in this fund is computed using the free float market capitalization method. So free float methodology is a method which involves calculating the market capitalization of a stock market's index underlying companies. So using this methodology, the market capitalization of a company is calculated by taking the equity's price and multiplying it by the number of shares readily available in the market. Now let us look at the portfolio characteristics of this HDFC Nifty Midcap 150 Index Fund. So the methodology this fund is going to use is by the free float market capitalization, and the number of constituents in this fund is 150. The launch date is April 1, 2016 and the base date is April 1, 2005. The base value of this fund is 1000. Calculation frequency is done on real time and the index is rebalanced on semi-annually. So this is the sector representation given to this fund, which you can see on the screen now, and the weight given to each sector is calculated on percentage. So the topmost allocation is given to the financial services by 20.27%, and the least allocation is given to the diversified companies by an allocation of 0.53%. You can pass the screen and study the table to get a gist of what that sector representation of this fund is. Now let us look at the returns of this fund as on 31st Jan 2023. So the total returns of the quarterly to date is negative 3.89% and the yearly to date is negative 3.89%. And in 1 year the total return has been 8.28%, and in 5 years the return has been 11.85%, and since inception it has produced 15.99% return. So these are the 10 companies, top 10 companies constituted by the weightage. So the weightage is given in percentage. So the companies like Shriram Finance Limited, Max Healthcare Institute Limited, Varun Beverages Limited, Tube Investments of India Limited, Trent Limited, AU Small Finance Bank Limited, Indian Hotels Co. Limited, Federal Bank Limited, TVS Motor Company Limited, Persistent Systems Limited are all on the top 10 companies of this fund. So the most weight of percentage is given to the Shriram Finance Limited company, as it's the first top company by 1.94%, and the in the top 10 list, the 10th company is the Persistent Systems Limited by a weight percentage of 1.41%. So now let us look at what are the advantages the HDFC Nifty Midcap 150 Index Fund can provide you with. So this fund has a diversified portfolio with investments in stocks from various sectors, which can help you build a well-diversified portfolio. And this can be suitable for aggressive investors looking for mid-cap exposure in their investment portfolio, but not so much for conservative investors, which you should take a note of. So also this fund is free from fund manager bias, as it's a passive fund, and the long-term investments in this index fund have got potential to give you capital appreciation in the long run. So as it is managed passively, it is expected to have lower expense ratio than actively managed mutual fund schemes, which can be a better advantage for you. So the cons of investing, like what are the cons, disadvantages you can get by investing in this fund? This fund, as I have mentioned before, is not suitable for conservative investors, as it invests in mid-cap companies having less stability and more volatility. So as an index fund, this may underperform its index due to certain factors. So this fund will not be able to deliver market-beating returns, like with market-beating returns that can beat inflation consistently in the long run. It's not guaranteed. Also, as it's a passively managed fund based on the market outlook, this fund cannot change its allocation dynamically. So as it's just going to track the index or replicate the index, it cannot change the allocation dynamically. So based on the market outlook, it cannot change its allocation. So that would be a major disadvantage of investing in this fund. Also, there are no analysis of the underlying stocks nor any research of the company in which they want to invest is provided or available to us. So the active funds in comparison can take calculated risk by analyzing all stocks and choosing the best. As it's a passively managed fund, compared to an active fund, you can't take any calculated risk. Whatever you're going to invest in this fund is by through blind risk. So that's also a disadvantage. And major drawback of index fund investment is tracking error, since it may not perfectly track its index. Also, as an index fund, it is not flexible, nor will it be able to take any course corrective measures during market correction or market crash. So there's high risk in investing in this fund. So finally, should you invest in the HDFC Nifty Midcap 150 Index Fund? Let us see. From our observations from the analysis, this is our final takeaway. So this fund may not be suitable for a conservative investor, but for an aggressive investor who's not willing to invest in actively managed funds but is willing to take risk, they can definitely invest in this fund. But for investors looking for large cap or small cap exposure as well in their investments, this fund will not be suitable for them. So long-term investments in actively managed portfolios can produce better returns than a passively managed fund like this one. Also, there are existing similar index funds with less expense ratio and less tracking error compared to this fund with a proven track record. So if you want to invest, you can definitely invest on an existing fund rather than investing in NFO like this in the beginning. So investors looking for investment that can beat the market should avoid this fund because it will be subject to tracking error and the returns are not guaranteed. So the investors who want to invest or just deciding, and if they need any guidance, they can consult with their financial planners to see whether this product will be suitable for their financial plan or not. If you have any doubts regarding the topic we have discussed in this video, please comment so we can get back to your queries quickly. Also, if you have any doubts regarding mutual funds or any insurance policy in general, then you can always book a complimentary financial consultation with one of our financial planners to discuss about it, and the link is in the description to book your appointment with us. And if you want to gain more knowledge regarding financial investments and personal finance in general, we also regularly conduct live webinars for which also you can register by clicking the link in the description. Also, if you like our content, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.